you giving to the Lord, they say no one can beat God given. No one can beat God given. So if you give what's his already, I say give what his already, he'll bless you. I'm step on your toes. Now let's skip off this money for just a second. Let's talk about your time. Let's talk about your time. See, me, I can spend 2-3 hours in the gym. Some of y'all can spend 2-3 hours at a football game. Rain, shine, sleet, or snow. You can stay in a gym that has a tournament all day, not move. Go to concession stand, get you something to eat, and go right back to your seat from about 11 o'clock to about 8 o'clock and enjoy yourself. Yeah. But I'm talking about who you serving today. What God you serving today. God has been too good to us to slack with serving him. Too good. Matter of fact, you up this morning. I see you, you see me. See what I'm saying? That's a blessing. Somebody didn't get up this morning. That's a blessing. We got mothers and daughters and sons and fathers in here. That's a blessing. For the simple fact is a lot of them don't deal with their family members. Especially around this time of year anyway, because they feel like they want too much. Now, how you going to duck and dodge your family members and your friends on holidays? That's when we supposed to be getting closer. But I'm talking about who you serving today. This time and this money, it's time out for playing with God. It's time out for playing with God. We ought to be about our Father's business, and we ought to be serving him wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. Let's go to, did I finish that, y'all? You know, I got off track. Did I finish that? Yeah, I finished that. Let's go to Exodus 20:5. Even though I read the whole verse 5 the first time, I really just want the A portion of that. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God. Ooh-wee. A jealous God. Now, y'all see how people act when it comes down to their spouse or to their girlfriend or their boyfriend if they feel like they're doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. Some of us want to act up. We want to fight. We want to throw things. Yeah. So if we and our humans stay act like that, how y'all think God feel when you put somebody up there with him? How y'all think he feel when y'all want to serve something else but don't want to serve him? I want y'all to think, and don't answer when I ask this question. When it comes down to your significant other, how jealous do you get? If we feel like spending too much time with somebody else versus us, who-wee? Who-wee? That's a problem. That's a problem. I go the same way. Same way. You should be at church, but you're at home where to watch it on, as they say, Facebook because somebody live streaming it. Nah, you're supposed to be here. That's your time. God was gracious enough to give you a day. Matter of fact, 6 days, and we can't give him one. Come on now. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that picture? We got 24 hours in a day, and we can't spend 30 seconds telling our God how much we appreciate him and thank you. That's time serving our Lord. We can't take an hour, I'm going to say 2 hours in the church. If we go past 2 hours in the church, people get to looking at their watch. They're turning around looking at the clock. That's time with your Lord, serving with your God. We ought to be thankful and grateful that we didn't get what we deserve. So we ought to be willing to serve at all costs. Jealousy is a demand for someone else's affection and loyalty. How loyal are you to God today? Or are you loyal to things? Loyal to things. Me, pastor, along with a couple other guys in here, we like to shoot that basketball. But we ain't loyal to it. That's not our God. See, we in church right now. See, we not missing church to be in that gym. We got time for that later on in the week. Right now, we should be in here serving Lord with our whole heart, seeking him wholeheartedly. But a lot of us don't do that. We cut that time short. You set aside some time to study. Lord, I'm gonna study for about an hour and a half. 45 minutes, you done. Lord, I'm tired. You done. Praise and worship. I think some of us probably don't even know what that is. I'm just being real. Praise and worship. That's time shared with your Lord. Praising him. Let him know how thankful you are that you didn't get what you deserve. It had to be something in our Lord that he wanted to have something to do with us. Think about it. When we got Jesus, we got everything. When God got us, he got absolutely nothing. But we can't serve him? We rather serve things, money. I tell you what I love, though. Today you might be falling short in that area. Serving the Lord, giving your time to God. You might have other things that you put up before God. But if you in here today, you get the opportunity to fix that. You get the opportunity to fix that. See, if you alive, you got another opportunity to get it right. Another opportunity to get it right. Like I said, somebody didn't wake up this morning. We often use jealousy in a bad manner. But God kind of jealousy is appropriate and good. God is defending his word and his high honor. Now, if we think about it, before anything was made, God was by himself. Now, you think about that. He made everything that we can see and think of. Your money didn't do that. Your cars didn't do that. Your house didn't do that. Your spouse didn't do that. That was our God. That was our God. God makes a strong and exclusive demand on us. We must treat only the Lord and no one or nothing else in the universe as God. Now, y'all see that word I just said before I said as God? The universe, that covers everything. That covers everything. God is God all by himself. He's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the author and finisher of our faith. It didn't say your money that. It didn't say your car that. You can lose that stuff just as fast as you gain it. You can go to that car lot, buy that brand new car that you've been wanting for 5 years, and you've been putting it up there like it's your God, drive right off the parking lot and have a wreck. You got time to do everything that you want to do, but don't do what you need to do. That's dealing with God. God will slow you down. God will slow you down. Yes, sir. Slow me down. Like Pastor said earlier, I ran from this calling. And pretty much God woke me up at the age of 21, knowing what I needed to do. But I didn't have time for him. I ain't had time for him. Everybody used to tell us, or tell my mom and dad, oh, somebody in your family going to be a minister too. I ain't had time for God. I ain't want to serve God. Let me tell you why, though. My mom and dad believe in keeping us in this word. And when you a kid, you ain't got no choice. You're going to get that time in this word, whether you want to or not. But the thing about it is, when they train you up in this word, see, I got away from it. And if some of y'all be true with yourself, you did too. You ain't had time for God. You ain't want to serve God. You ain't had nothing on your mind that was dealing with God. But what really woke me up, I had a bad accident when I was living in Oregon. And I hadn't told too many people this. Bad wreck, working that night out overnight, going home, fell asleep at the wheel. Cut a telephone pole in half. It fell right down the center of the car. The police officer, when he got to the hospital, he told me, if my head had been 2 inches to the middle of that car, I wouldn't be here. He said I was lucky. I told him, no, sir, I'm blessed. Now, see, what I'm getting at is, see, that was my wake-up calling. But I didn't wake up good enough. I wasn't all the way woke. I was still half asleep. I didn't have time for God. I didn't have time for anything that he wanted me to do. I did what I wanted to do. See, like I told y'all, with my mom and dad, this word was him. They taught it to us, they read it to us, and when they whooped out behind, they read it to us first and then whooped us second. So we got time in this word, whether we wanted to or not. Pastor Anderson and my daddy did all type of Bible studies between here and Minden. If he were going, we were going. That was our time in the word. Now, here's the thing. As I got older, I didn't have time to serve God. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to party hard. Because they didn't believe in that. Oh, you going well? No, sir. No, ma'am. Getting here and getting this Bible. They made us get this time in this world. And Lord, I thank God. You have to realize time in this word is well invested. Now, don't get me wrong. I asked God. Lord knows I wasn't questioning him, but I just had a thought. And I asked him, Lord, why did you choose me? You made me. You know how I am. And to be real with y'all, I know this is God. With me standing up here talking in front of y'all, I know this is God. Because I want to serve him. I'm willing to let him use me. Because I promise y'all, in my classroom in high school, man, I couldn't read like this here. Stumbling and bumbling all over words. You know the word like it just leave your brain, stuff like that. I did all that. But here it is now. I'm willing to let God use me and serve him. I can stand here and talk freely amongst y'all, in front of y'all. That's my time with God. This word is well invested. It has everything you need. All you have to do is be willing to serve him and get in it. Serve him and get in it. Let me move on up the road because I'll stay here all day if y'all let me. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 24. And when you there, say amen. For the Lord thy God is a consuming fire, even a jealous God. Now, as I was reading this, it made me think about some things. It made me reflect back. God is a consuming fire. Our God is morally. He's perfect. He's perfect. He hates sin and cannot accept those who practice it. Sin kept us from God's presence, but Jesus paid the penalty for our sin and removed God's judgment by his death. Trusting and serving in Jesus will save you from God's judgment and allow you to begin a personal relationship with him. With everything that's going on in this world, as we speak, all the changes that's being made, we got to realize that we have what this world needs: a true God, true Lord and Savior that's willing to do any and everything for his people. But you have to be willing to serve him. You have to be willing to obey him. You have to be willing to do everything he asks you to do. You have to have an open heart, because God is not going to force you to do anything against your will. As my brothers say, we are free will agents. I want you to think for just a second, in your heart, the person next to you don't know, the ministers up here don't know, our pastor don't know, don't nobody know but you. Who are you serving today? What God are you serving today? And like I said earlier, if you have the opportunity today to get it right, please get it right. Because anything outside of the will of God can't save you, can't change you for the better. It can change you for the worse, but it can't change you for the better. Our God is awesome. Our God is worthy. Will you serve him today? Will you serve him today? If you're not serving him, please take the opportunity today to start serving him. I guarantee you, your life will not be the same. Whatever you're dealing with, when it comes down to serving, change it. If you need help, ask Lord, I'm struggling right here. Please help me. Help me change this. You're struggling in your relationship with your family members and friends, but you don't know how to fix it. Take the time and say, Lord, help me. Help me to fix this. Our God is ready, willing, and able. He's ready, willing, and able. What are you? Are you? A lot of people look at serving as being a bad thing, but it's not. If it was a bad thing, none of us would be here. Because God's serving us. Huh? God's serving us. So if the one who has everything is willing to serve, why can't we? Why can't we? And sometimes when it comes down to serving your brother and your sister, we blow it out of proportion. It ain't big as we think it is, but because we didn't take time to serve them, we don't know what it is. We got to serve our true and living God. We got to learn how to serve our brothers and our sisters. There is nothing wrong with being a servant. Nothing. People think it's the lowest, but in reality, it's the highest. Why would you want to serve anything or anyone else? God gave Jesus. Jesus gave his life. Now we are free from sin and able to serve God. You know, it had to be something that he saw when he gave his only begotten son. The word say, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Everlasting life. But we can't serve him here with our time, with our money, with our efforts. We got to realize that God thought enough of us to want to serve us. He didn't need us. We needed him. He didn't need us. We needed him. So if you're in the house today on Christmas and you need Jesus, take this opportunity to get him today, to get to know him as your personal Lord and Savior. Do not leave here and don't know him, because your next minute, your next hour is not promised to you. Whatever you're dealing with that's hindering you from serving the Almighty God, take the day and get it fixed. Serving him is the best thing you can do. I promise you, it will change your life if you just learn how to serve God. I want to say I'm grateful and thankful for the opportunity to share this word each time I'm able to get up, because we have a pastor that's humble enough and that listen to God to let his sons get up and share the word and not feel some type of way about that. I pray that something I said today change your mind frame and want you to get it right wherever it might be wrong in your life. I thank you, and God bless y'all. And if I hadn't said it to you, Merry Christmas.